What's up there, YouTube? All right, I still have a little bit of a cold, but today I'm going to discuss consoles and gaming. I'm not really a big console person, but I have owned quite a few consoles. I owned the original Nintendo 64, the Super Nintendo. I love the Super Nintendo. I had a blast playing games on that back in the day. Owned a GameCube even. I even went all the way up to GameCube. I owned a Wii. I actually bought it for my granddaughter, but she was too young to play it, so we ended up playing it. I played a lot of games on that. I really liked playing the games on the Wii. My son-in-law has a PlayStation 4 or something. I think it's PlayStation 4. Played on the Xbox. I played games on the Xbox too. Project Scorpio. This is getting a lot of haters out there about the Project Scorpio thing. And let me explain something to you. Okay, why would people buy a PC for gaming? Well, let me ask you the simple question. Why would you buy a PC for gaming? Is there some special game? Is Battlefield a special edition for PC? Is there some exclusive game for PC that made people buy a PC? No, you know why people bought a PC for gaming? Because they can get 4K resolution, true 4K. It's because they can play 1080p at 150, 170 frames per second. They can have a 144 megahertz. I said that megahertz again. 144 hertz monitor, and game at the highest, fastest refresh rate. They can use a keyboard and mouse. They can use controls and use stuff, and have the quality is better on the PC, even when they're pretty close. On PC, side by side, the games are better on the PC in general. I was just watching a video, not that I care, it was Mass Effect Andromeda. They had a comparison between the PS4 Pro and the PC was a clearer version. There was more grass on the ground. There was more leaves on the trees. There was more stuff in the little, they showed side by side at the max settings on both, and the PC had a higher quality image. If there's not exclusives on PC, why do people buy PC? Because the hardware's better. Why would people buy Scorpio if there's no exclusives? Because the hardware is better. The only reason why they have exclusives, the only reason why you have Zelda and Mario, is because the hardware doesn't need to be as fast as a PC. I would buy a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Wii or something just to play Zelda, but I'm having to buy the hardware to play the game. I would not normally buy the hardware. In the case of Scorpio, the hardware is better than everybody else's hardware, so there's no real reason to have an exclusive title on Scorpio, because it's already better. It's not like they came out with a lesser thing, but they have a really great game to go with it. Ooh, it's got Super Ball Busters. They don't have that on any other console. So let's get it, because it's exclusive. I'll explain. Exclusive titles are for crap systems. Not that the system is crap, but because the hardware isn't up to the level of the other hardware, so they have to make exclusive titles so that people buy that system. I wouldn't buy a Nintendo based on its hardware. You buy a Nintendo based on the games that you can play. You buy a PC based on the hardware. Project Scorpio, the new Xbox that was just announced, is better hardware than a PlayStation 4 Pro. It's better hardware than a Nintendo. They're not competing with a Nintendo anyway. Nintendo has Zelda and has Mario and has stuff like that. Not really competing. It's like a portable. Xbox is competing with Sony. The problem is now Sony is in a jam, because Sony not only has lower hardware, and they just came out with the PlayStation 4 Pro. You know how long it takes Sony to release a console? It takes them forever. They take years to release a new console. They just released the PS4 Pro. The new Xbox is walking all over it like it's not even doing anything. That thing's going to be an awesome console. The hardware is going to be awesome. So they don't need exclusive titles. You don't need exclusive titles if you have awesome hardware. What do you guys think? Do you think you need an exclusive title if your hardware is better? Right? Do they need an exclusive title on PC to sell PCs? No, they don't. They don't need exclusive titles. What do you guys think? Do you think that the Project Scorpio, do you think the hardware sells the games, or do you need exclusives in order to be able to sell consoles? I'm not a console gamer. I probably would never buy, I know I wouldn't buy a PlayStation. I could care less. I mean, I can get all the games. Why would I buy a PlayStation but play Battlefield at 30 frames per second when I can play it on my PC and upgrade the video card and play it at 150 frames per second? I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I can play Quake Champions. You guys can't on consoles. It's not even coming to console. They're going to have 120 frames per second on that bad boy. It's going to have Ryzen on it. You can't even play it at that speed. You can't play with a keyboard and mouse. I will not play a first-person shooter with a controller. I'd rather be punched in the face. You may as well just pull me out and punch me in the face. It's pointless. I can't play it without a keyboard and mouse. There's no point. Just like playing a driving game with a keyboard and mouse. Why? Get a wheel or something, you know. A controller is better for a driving game than a keyboard and mouse. I invert my mouse too. So when I push forward, my character looks down. It's the opposite. I'm old school, man. I'm original Quake. When you push the mouse forward, it looks down. The mouse is my head looking. So if I go forward and down, back, I'm looking up. That's how my mouse is. It's inverted. And does Project Scorpio need a special game? Or will it actually sell on the merits of its hardware right to begin? It doesn't really need exclusives if it's backwards compatible with every Xbox game before it, right? So it's basically running Windows 10, but it's running its Xbox version. So any game that can run on Xbox will run on the Project Scorpio, and now it'll run at higher frames per rate and higher frame rates and all that other stuff, right? Comment down below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you disliked it, and you don't like any of my videos, or maybe you like a couple of them, or maybe I ramble on and talk too much. Who knows? I don't know. You tell me. Comment below and tell me. Subscribe. Thanks, man. Take it easy, YouTube. Later.